Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to episode 18 of our Transport Fever 2 Let's Play. If you guys are new to this series, definitely consider subscribing to the channel and checking out some of the older videos if you enjoy them. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you. I really appreciate the viewership, and let's go ahead and get into episode 18. So we're just starting out, taking a look at one of our rail lines. This is our silver ore and goods line, going from Carshalton over to Skelton. The reason that we're starting on this line is Jose Gonzalez, I believe in episode 16, left a great comment, great suggestion that we really need to double track pretty much our entire main line at this point. There's really no reason to have these single track portions of the line because they're causing a lot of congestion. And I think that is a totally valid point that he is making. So we are going to pause it real quick, and we are going to break off some of these. So I'm just trying to see where the main line is. So it's these two tracks here. Yeah, so these are our mainline tracks, so let's grab that. We're going to bring that down here, and then we'll break that off, connect that in, and we don't want catenary on there. So let's come in here and just take that off of there, and off of there. There's no need for it. So we can go ahead and do that. Then we can branch this in here. And now we have a problem. Skelton to Hive. Not sure what the issue is. Oh, it's because they need a crossover here. So let's get that cross in there, just like that. Okay. And now, why don't we also shift these signals? So I will put a one-way signal right here, and then one before the bridge, one coming back across the bridge, just so that they don't get stuck on said bridge. And then we can go ahead and open that up as well. Okay, so that is a nice portion of track doubled up. Another area is, why don't we just run, kind of just want to run this track through and connect it in so that it doesn't have to stop going up to Askern. So let's do that. Let's just grab this track here and connect it all the way into there. And then we can actually go ahead and get rid of that signal. Because it's not needed. That's just it's its own line, and it will run just fine. Okay, now another thing that he suggested in his comment was upgrading these bridges so that they're not limiting the speed. So let's go ahead and do that, because these limit it to 56 miles an hour, and we don't really want to do that. Why don't we get maybe some blue girder bridges in here that allow the trains to go 75 miles an hour. I think that looks quite nice. So now continuing on, this cut through here needs to be doubled up. Let's go ahead and do that. So I'll break that off there and there. And then we can go ahead and connect this up. We'll just get that connected up there, and then we're going to have to kind of come back here and clean that up a little bit. I guess we could go ahead and do that now, really quick. Not a big job. So let's just grab this. I'll bring it down to 14. Let's go ahead and clean this up. And then once this is cleaned up, we will continue on with our project. Let's grab some grass. Throw some grass in there, just like that. And then this looks steep enough that we could probably get away with a little stone here. So why don't we go ahead and do that? Just a little bit of stone. And that looks nice. Now it's totally doubled up. There's no issues with the line. And why don't we go ahead and put some signals in there? Kind of right in the middle, just to kind of keep things moving. That will be good. Now this has been doubled up the whole way. We did that, I believe, in the last episode. These bridges could definitely do with some doubling up. So let's go ahead and break that off there. And then we're actually going to have to shift this track. So I'm going to back this out just a little bit so that I can get this track to connect up there. And then we'll bring that up to there. And then we're going to replace these bridges with something a bit faster. Yeah, and that ground, I'm not really sure why that's doing that. So let's, what if I back that out a little bit further? And I bring that to about there. And now let's see if we can get that to work. The question is, what kind of bridge do we want? Maybe, I like that. That looks really nice. And then let's connect that up there. Yeah. That, to me, looks really good. So then we can bring that over there. Now let's see if we can get away with a clean rework of this bridge. And we'll go with that same bridge. And we will connect that in there. Very good. So now let's fix these signals here. I don't really want them to stop there because they'll completely block that road. So let's do something like that. And then something there. No, I think I'll just let them cross. And if they need to stop on the bridge, that's okay. They can stop in the middle. Yeah, I think that's good. So that has been double tracked and the bridge upgraded. Now this is the next section. And again, we're gonna have to switch this to the other side. So let's connect that in there. And then we can pull that across and then upgrade this bridge. So let's come in here. Let's get maybe some of these orange bridges in there. And then this is a really long bridge. So we're gonna have to do something about that. So first we will delete those off. And then we will pull this all the way up here. Actually, let's change out the bridge first. So we'll just go ahead and clear those off. And then we can put that in there. And what do we want here? Okay, so the stone bridge, unfortunately, limits us to 56 miles an hour as well. Maybe just a silver girder bridge. That could work. Let me get rid of that. All right, and then we will just pull this down, connect that in, and then we can go ahead and add in our signals. So we can put our signals there, get rid of that one, and then maybe one right in the center, like that. And then how do these look? Probably some signals there. Okay, so now that line is completely doubled up with the bridges upgraded. I don't think there are any bridges on this line. There are not. So let's just continue. So main line up to Skelton is done. This line is good. So let's continue the main line now up here. We already triple tracked that. Let's see, we do have a couple small bridges here. So I'll just go ahead and replace those really quick. So let's grab our track and let's get maybe that bridge on there. If anybody has a good mod pack with additional bridges, I would love to hear about it. Just because, you know, getting new bridges is always good. And now we can go ahead and reconnect this. And why don't we just make that a girder bridge? So this is good. Double tracked all the way through here. And then I don't think there are any bridges up here. This tunnel is doubled, which is good. So now running from Ferry Hill down to Ossett. Now these tunnels need to be doubled up. So let's go ahead and do that. We can connect that in. And interestingly, that was the point that they were switching. So why don't we actually have them switch here. And we'll do 30 miles an hour. And then we can switch these out from the one-ways to the two-way signals. And then this can be doubled. So let's grab this, tie that in there, and this can come back through. Those signals, let's see. Why don't we put a signals like that? Signals like that, and then we can add in some signals there. So we can get rid of those, and then maybe just add some signals in the middle. So now that's doubled all the way down to this bridge. So let's go ahead and first replace that. We can back both of those out. So we'll connect that in there. And maybe just do a simple steel girder bridge. And now they're going to run into here. These will need to be redone. And I kind of wanted to keep that same angle that we were going at, so let's see if I can. That sharp turn. And that's actually going down, so that's not... That is the height that we wanted at, so let's see if we can get this to work. So if I add that in there, too much curvature. Let's see if I pull that out a little bit. If I add it in there now, that actually looks pretty good. It's going to slow down. That's okay though. I mean, there are places where just tracks slow down for whatever reason. Okay, so that looks good now. Both of these join up. So let's see if I can actually get this to branch off and go straight. So if I grab that, if I go to there, not really sure. Oh, it's colliding with that piece of track. So we'll get rid of that. Okay, and then I connect that up. And then if we come to this point and connect that up, so now that merges in. Now I can't get that to connect up quite that aggressively. So let's see. If I add in a change over here, and then connect that into there. That will work. And then we just need to rework our signals. So let's get rid of the one-ways, because now this is going to be two-way for most of it. So we'll have a non-one-way signal there. And then we will have a one-way signal there and there. We have them at that junction. Can have them at that junction, and now that should function. So that's all doubled. This tunnel needs to be doubled, so let's go ahead and break that off. Oh, it's on the wrong side. I kind of just want to replace this whole tunnel, so let's do that. And there's a vehicle in the way, so let's connect that up just so we can get that off there. We will connect that up and then just continue to back it out to there. And now if I grab this track, connect it up there. Now that works. And we can pull this all the way through, connect that up. Now let's see what we want to do with our signals. Put a section there. A one-way there. Yeah, that should work. Okay. So moving on. Man, we have a lot of bridges. Let's go ahead and grab this. Pull that over. And now we need to upgrade this bridge. So we can delete that out. We will just continue our plan here. Let's go ahead and put these signals like that. And then we can have some signals right here before this bridge. So if we get that connected up, what kind of bridge we want, maybe something like that. Pull that in. Maybe shift those signals to there. Do something like that. And then this is doubled all the way up to this station. Perfect. Okay. Now, this line, let's see. Not really sure why I didn't double this from the beginning, but for whatever reason, let's go ahead and double it now. It's just such a short section. We can grab this, pull this up to here. Tie that into there. And then I think I'll actually put put my one-way signal here. That way they can still use this portion to get a train onto that line. Yeah. And then let's see where we go. Some signals there. And of course, I don't think I'll be able to fix this. Yeah, that looks okay. Cool. So moving down here, this track that runs kind of around here, this needs to be doubled up. And then unfortunately, this is not made correctly. This doesn't have 2 tracks in here. So I'm going to speed this up. Hopefully that iron train will get out of our way so that we can double that up. But for now, we can go ahead and double this up. So let me just break that off. And we can back that off to there. Tie that in there. Connect that up. And then this, honestly, there's not really a reason to upgrade this bridge. Mainly because the speed is going to be limited by the curve anyway. But that's okay though. So why don't we put a signal before and after that bridge, and then we can do some signals there. Okay, and now I'll pause because I'm going to need to edit this platform. So we're going to got to get rid of this platform. So I can add in another set of tracks with a new platform. Back that out. And then another set of tracks. Like that. And now if I back this out, let's see if I can get a nice smooth curve into here. I can, which is good. But what I'm actually going to do is pull that out. Connect that track in there. And then do a 30-mile-an-hour break off there and connect that in. And now we're going to double track all of this right through the platform. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. Pull this all the way up here. Maybe connect that at 40. And then put a merge over there. And let's see, at Hodgsden West, use platform 2. And then the iron, the iron rail at Hodgsden West, use platform 3. Okay, and we can let that run now. I'm gonna have to clean a lot of this up, but now we have double track going all the way through here. This needs to be doubled. So let's grab this, break that off, and then similarly break that off. And now we can run this all the way up here. And connect that in. Okay, so now we need some signals through here. Probably just add one set right in there. We can let that run. This is double tracked. This bridge is not. So we'll have to work on that. And then this bridge is not. Okay. So let's start down here. We will break those off. And let's grab a track here. We'll just start to pull that up. Now, this section, I kind of liked it breaking off all the way down there. So what I'm gonna do, let's remove these signals because they're just gonna be in the way. Let's grab that and let's make maybe 40 miles an hour there. So now that is starting to break off. $36. Yeah, and we can break off like that and then tie that in. So that's going to run up there. And now this is a pretty big junction now, so let's get our signals right. So we're going to want a one-way signal here as well as here. And now let's see, this is going to run all the way up to here. And unfortunately, it's on the wrong side. So maybe if I pull this back, I can flip it to the other side. Get rid of those. Grab this. Make that land. Oh. Flip it to the other side. Grab this. Make that land. Bring that up here. Okay. Now we'll get rid of that bridge so that we can upgrade it. And why don't we do... maybe that bridge through there. And now I need to actually connect this in here. Perfect. Now we can get rid of that because there doesn't need to be a merge there. We can get rid of these signals. Let's go ahead and put a one-way signal in there. There's a one-way signal there. And there. And then let's make this a double switch. Does it need to be? No. That does not need to be a double switch. Okay. So now let's get some more signals in here. There. There. And then let's see where that merge is. Maybe there. Let's just see how that line works. So that is working perfectly. So now we can pull that up to there. And now this is where we need to start getting a little creative. So we can get rid of that. And now we can double up this whole bridge, which we will replace in a minute. And now this is going to be land up to here, and then we can replace this little bridge section and this road. Okay, and maybe a green girder bridge right through there. Looks pretty nice. Replace this section with maybe one of these. And now we can replace this merge with some double track. Okay. And now why don't we get let's see. So we're going to need signals like that. Don't need those ones. Might shift these ones more to the center of the line of that section. And then we can add some there. Some in there. Some there. Don't need this one-way signal anymore. And then we have signals regulating what goes on here. Okay, so that is all double tracked. This is single track running into this passenger station. That's okay, because there's only one train currently on that line. And now the last thing to check is this section. This is all double track up until here, and then it drops down to single. So let's grab right here where it breaks off. And then let's go and check where it's going to tie in. So it's going to tie in right here. So if I grab that. Yeah, so it's not letting me do it. So what I will do is back that out. Pull that up. And then we can do maybe a 40-mile-an-hour crossover. And I think there's one back here. Yes, there is. So I'll get rid of that. Get rid of all that because it was doing something weird. And then connect that back in. We no longer need that one-way signal. But we are going to need a non-one-way signal here. As well as a regular signal. Where? Here? Maybe some signals there. And now we're going to need to do something about this bridge. So we'll get rid of that. Pull that across, and then let's see if we can get a new bridge in there. We can. It just needs to be... Let's see if we back those out. Yep. And now we can take this, run this all the way up here, connect that in. I assume this is train 24. Yeah. And it's going in the wrong direction. So I know it's heading back, but we're just going to flip it around just for now. Let's add some signals there to protect that, and then maybe just a set right here in the middle. And now that should all be doubled. Oh, all except for this one bridge. So we can break those off there. Break that off. Redo this bridge with something a little bit more, maybe yellow. That's really bright. Let's go brown. And now we can just double track this up. So let's grab this, pull it right across this bridge, connect it up. Those signals are actually pretty well spaced. And now we should be good to go. So now we can let that run, and pretty much everything is double tracked now, and the bridges are improved. Should be good to go. So hopefully that allows this all to kind of function a little bit better. Okay, very nice. Now, interestingly enough, I was in Yateley the other day, and I was talking to a guy who just said he really wanted to get to Twickenham, and there just wasn't really a good way. Because currently he has to take the bus over to Norton and then get on a train up up to Karlshalton, and then a ferry up to Twickenham. I mean, that just seems kind of ridiculous. In fact, if you really think about Yateley, the only way that they're really tied in any meaningful way is through this rail line to Ferry Hill. And then that kind of puts them all the way up here in the corner. Doesn't give them very good access. I mean, yes, they can take a bus to Norton and get on the train, but I think we're gonna try and give them a better way. And to start, it's gonna take a pretty good amount of terraforming. So let's just grab this, and let's just spend a ton of money, kind of flatten out a decent chunk of land here. Like that. So that we can come in here and build an airfield. Okay. So this is going to go in here. So let's kind of spin it around. Let's put that in, just thinking about like approaching. There is a gap in the mountains there. But there is a pretty good, height difference. So I think we'll want it kind of there. So they'll take off in this direction. I think that's going to work pretty well. And now let's come through here and just smooth out a lot of this jagged terrain that we just created. As well as kind of adding a little variation in here to make it look like it's not quite, as ridiculous. Just that it's not totally flat. Like that. And now that should be enough. That should be enough to make it work. However, I am going to take this down a little bit. Just kind of flatten out the area to the front and rear of the runway. Go ahead and smooth that out. And then over here, yeah, we should be totally fine here. Okay, now another thing that we need to do, I'm going to clear a lot of the vegetation from either side of this runway. Something like that. Perfect. And now let's grab a road. And for now, it's going to be a dirt road. But we will fix that in the future when we have the ability. And let's go ahead and grab a passenger station. Just one stop. Actually, we're going to do 2 stops. And let's see. Maybe put that there. I'm just trying to think of the best way to lay this out. Let me think. Because I want to actually run a passenger line up here to Norton as well. Because we'll connect that in. So why don't I add this in like that? And then we will add an entrance here, an exit there. Actually, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. Let's get rid of that. A couple of those. And then I kind of want to add in like a little waiting area as well. Like that. And then an exit. Connect that up. Connect that up. And now this is going to run through this hill here. And let's just go into our terrain view to kind of see where we're at. So this is 62 meters. So which of these roads? Yeah, amazingly, I think it's this one right here, or sort of. I'm gonna do this kind of my own way. So we're going to pull this off straight. Can go uphill a little bit. And then we will tunnel all the way through there to get over to this airport so that it's nice and direct. And now we need another bus interchange, and I think I'm going to put it in right here. So if I grab a bus terminal with 2 platforms on one side, let's get rid of those. I know we just broke the line. Is this flat? Yeah, it's pretty flat. Let's see, if I put that in there, can I connect this in over here and will it look okay? No, it won't. Okay, so it's not flat enough. So I will get rid of these and I will make it flat. So let me just delete those. Let me just see. Okay, so if I pull that up to there, connect that up, and then connect that up there, and back over to there. And now let's see if I can get that road in there. Yeah. And that looks much nicer. It is kind of crooked though. So let's go ahead and get rid of that, and let's do it again. Give us some street access there. And now we can kind of come through here and just smooth all that out. Okay, so now if I come into these lines after, let's see, this one's going this way. So after, let's see, after waypoint 6, come up in there. I kind of want to loop them this way so that they just come right through. So let's see if I did that. So after, let's see, Stanley, come up there. And then if we go to the other line after Springfield, go there, and then there. Okay, so now those lines are functioning, and now we can set up our passenger line, and we can let this run. Let's come into there. Let's make it maybe a dark green. I like that. It's going into platform 3, which is perfect. And now this is going to be Gately bus to plane, I guess, if we're sticking with kind of our vehicle descriptions. So that will be Gately bus to plane. We can come in here. We also unlocked these right when I loaded up the game. So why don't we get a few of those? Let's get maybe 6. Make them green. Put them on the bus to plane. Perfect. So now we got that. And now if we go all the way up here to Twickenham, Twickenham has a ton of flat land, which is great. And I'm kind of thinking that we'll put the plane right in here. So they're going to land this way from the left. And then take off Yeah, let's do that. And now let's kind of come in here again. Just kind of flatten some of this so that they have a nice clear approach. And then similarly, we'll flatten out a lot of that. Smooth that out. And then actually, before I lay this out, I'm just going to set up this line because when these plane lines switch in midair, yeah, see? They're switching. It does not affect the line at all. It just kind of annoys me. So let's spin this around. And that'll actually help with the yeah, and now they're not switching. Perfect. And that'll actually help with our road connection, make it a lot easier to connect up that road. Then we'll just kind of clean this up. Like that. And now we can come through here with our road right in front. Get a passenger. It looks like there's only going to be one connection here into Twickenham, which is okay. So let's get one platform. Put that in right there. Get an entrance. Make it a little bit bigger. And then get our exit. And now we can come into here. Connect that up. And now where do we want to... This is kind of like our main road here. So why don't we make our connection like that. And now the question is, do I want them to come all the way down here to this bus terminal? I kind of do. And oh, this is our plane line. So P for plane. This will be Yateley to Twickenham. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in something like that. And now we will run up here. And at Twickenham Exchange, use platform 4. Do I like that teal color? Kind of do. I might make it just a little bit darker. And this will be, let's see, Twickenham, bus to plane. Okay. And now I would actually love to make this platform a little bit longer. So let's come in here. Let's do that. I'm just going to add on something like that. And then we can go ahead and connect this in here. And now all of those function once again. It's going to head up that way. That's okay. I have no problem with that. So now let's get some buses on there. And we will use these Dahmers. Although these Gaggenauers actually go faster. They go 25. So let's use those. And let's similarly get 6. And put them on there. And then if I come back over here, I'm actually going to swap those out. Bus to plane. We'll swap those. Actually, you know what? The Dahmers are going to be fine. I'm going to stick with the Dahmers. They're newer. Higher capacity. We'll go with those. Those will be good. Okay, so now this color, this green, that's got to go. Let's use like a red color. I like that. And then let's have them wait for a full load of passengers. Maybe 60 seconds before they head out. And now we can go ahead and get some planes. So we can either go with the Yonkers or the Vickers Victoria. I feel like that's more cargo. So we'll go with the Yonkers. This is, you know, it's going to be whatever it is early on. So I'll put those on there on that end. And then over here, I will buy 2 more. And put them on at this end. And now hopefully we will start to see some passengers show up over here. I'm interested to see how this works because essentially, if anybody watched like my Atoll playthrough, we tried to make a passenger ferry going directly across that lagoon, and it was just too far. If the trip was too long, the passengers wouldn't recognize it. So I'm interested to see how these planes do. I think this is okay, but like, what if I made a, you know, an airport here at Norton and had them go all the way across the map to Reading? Like, is that journey too long? Would the passengers recognize it? You know what I mean? Would they go? I have no idea. So I'll be interested to see, you know, if we get decent passenger numbers on here. It's going to take a while to kind of activate for people to start recognizing it. Like, let's see if we go into here. Yeah, so like no one has a destination to Yateley. Again, we just built it, so it's going to take a little while to kind of get going. But I think for the most part, that should, in theory, work. And obviously, you know that the cab ride at the end of this episode will be our first plane ride. That's going to be awesome. One thing that I just realized I forgot to do. Need to clear out the vegetation. You know, anything around here that's kind of going to interfere. I feel like those trees are probably too close. And we're really going to have to climb coming through here, but that's okay. I think it'll work. Anyway, guys, this is going to bring us to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, definitely consider subscribing to the channel for more videos. Leave me a like and a comment. I love getting the comments, you know, tips, tricks for the game. Again, if anybody has a good mod list for bridge packs, let me know, because I would love to get some new bridges in here. Anyway, until the next video, I hope you guys have a great day. See you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.